We begin our show today by kicking off a regular feature here on The Source. We're going to look at small-scale farms and what they offer in the community. We begin by meeting Renee Delaney, the founder of Small Scale Farms. And Renee, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
For someone who doesn't know what this is all about, can you give us a quick breakdown?
I think everyone now is starting to understand what we do in terms of food security. So my heart and soul, what I've been through growing up in Niagara Falls with various levels of poverty around me, I definitely struggled as a single mom, and I needed to use the quote unquote system in various ways. And every time I did, it didn't really help me. It was disappointing, or led down some crazy rabbit hole that I wasn't overly fond of. So in a nutshell, I could say what I do is try to help people who maybe are at an unfair advantage in life access healthy food. So that breaks down into growing food, buying and selling, retailing food, creating relationships with local vendors so that we can create distribution for this food, and offering that food back to the community as a social enterprise. So my profits help pay for the people that can't afford the full price of healthy food. So making that food affordable and accessible. That's my biggest goal in life, is to create a system where everybody has access to the same food.
You sell grocery boxes at various different levels throughout the year?
Yep. So we have, not very much local in January, but we still have different contracts and relationships with different people who are growing indoors. A lot of, root vegetables that last longer, so we're still able to store those. Apples and pears are still storing. So we have, a ton of local food in the summer. We're almost entirely local. Well, we are entirely local in the summer. And we offer that produce in a $40 or a $60 bag or box, a subscription. And what that does is help us, for every subscription sold, we then give away a bag of food to a community group. So we partnered with the Soup Kitchen, Quest Community Health Center, Beyond the Streets, Welland, and they help us distribute the free food because everyone's asking us for food right now. So we're systemizing how to get that food into the people's hands.
You mentioned two key words. You mentioned the word relationship and you mentioned the word partnerships. And that's key to this running successfully, building both of those.
100%. That's my real job. That's my real job is finding out who's who in the community and how we can work together, because there's a lot of silos and a lot of individual efforts to help the people. And really, it starts with food. So the fact that this isn't already done blows my mind. I think that we're not doing anything rocket science here. We're just combining efforts and sharing resources and systemizing a way to distribute. Distribution is the name of the game when it comes to especially perishables. So yeah, trying to find the people who are willing to work together is the real job.
This began at the farm in Allenburg, but you have other locations now as well?
Yeah, we're starting to really develop those relationships. So Harvest Barn, we have a massive announcement coming soon with the Harvest Barn, but a big partnership there. And then also with Farmer Direct Meats in St. Catharines, we're opening up another location on Bunting Road. So again, that's distribution. We're trying to make ourselves available in multiple areas, but we're also growing. So figuring out how to put our sales foot forward, and those two big brands are going to help us do that.
Is there an education component as well, helping people who need this fresh food also learn a little bit more about how to be self-sustaining? I
think you just hit my heart, because I'm kind of against giving away free food, like just here, we're just giving away all this food. It kind of takes away your dignity. You don't necessarily want to be the recipient of that kind of charity.
Is that how you felt at the time when you were?
Absolutely. It's a terrible vibe. But now what's happening is people can't see their own way out. So they're just having to continually accept it. Where I'm trying to build that hope back and show you that you could grow your own food. You don't have to be reliant on the system at all, really. And I think I've role modeled that quite well. being able to grow my own food was how I climbed out of poverty myself. And having that food in the fridge and knowing that that bill was off the table helped me develop the confidence that I needed to keep going. So it was a stepping stone for me to be able to get to where I am. Not everyone's going to take it to the level I did, but it's certainly a way that you can take your power back.
How have you been received by the farming community, by the local growers?
That's a great question. It's pretty political what I'm doing. Some people, I guess, maybe see me as competition. Some people see, because there's not enough resources, right? Everybody's fighting for such a little market. It's only now just changing. People are starting to care about local food. So some people see me as maybe a threat, or maybe they don't necessarily understand what I'm doing, because I do use distributors and I do go to the food terminal because I am feeding a lot of people. So I make sure to note that this doesn't get built overnight. This is a process of building a system. So we're taking from one system to build a brand new system. And then there's other farmers that absolutely love what I'm doing. And I think the point is the better I get at this, I'll have money in my hand when I start to ask to have those relationships. So purchasing power is the name of the game. If I go to a farmer and say, "Can I buy your produce?" I mean, I'm pretty sure they're going to like me. But it's taken some time to get to the point where I could say, okay, we need 200 heads of lettuce and
Right.
200 broccoli. And then that farmer is, oh, okay. Now they don't have to deal with retail. They don't have to deal with customers, administration. We're trying to take that. You be the farmer. You're a farmer, be the farmer. You don't have to do 500 other things, including marketing and sales. Those are the hardest things. Going to the farmer's market is even a hard job. So we're trying to create a sales channel so they could just grow food, and we even come pick it up, and then we distribute it, right? So, and then they're dictating the price. You tell me how much that head of broccoli is worth to you, and be fair, right? But I guarantee local is almost better than the grocery store now. The prices are really evening out. Local used to be more expensive. And now you're really seeing the local farmers come in below what the grocery stores are charging. So it's going to be an interesting year.
Renee, we're looking forward to seeing where this takes us here on The Source. Thanks for this first visit.
Thank you so much.